Hello mga Katuyot! Ito na naman po tayo sa ating panibagong episode, a road trip to Bolinao Pangasinan.
Road trip can have a couple meanings. 1. A recreational or impromptu excursion in a car.
Anong car ka dyan, Balilig? Magmumotor nga ako. The scooter of Kimco Like 150i. Yahoo! Best time to travel mga Katuyot, alas 12 ng gabi. Since 7 hours ang biyahe, marami pang pahingang pwedeng gagawin. Iwas tayo sa mga traffic, sa mga tricycle, sa malalaking truck. Kaya magpagabi na. Or it's gonna be a morning ride. Tara na! Since below 400cc ang motor natin, dadaan tayo sa non-toll fee roads. Balileng, do you know about Bolinao?
Bolinao, officially the municipality of Bolinao, is a first-class municipality in the province of Pangasinan, Philippines. According to the 2020 census, it has a population of 83,979 people. Sea urchins are regularly harvested at Isla Silaki, Bolinao. The town, aside from being a fishing domain, is also a heritage site in the Philippines, possessing an olden church surrounded by heritage houses. The town is also the location of the cave where the gold-teeth Bolinao skulls with fish scale designs were found. Scholars have been pushing for the town's cultural landscape into the UNESCO World Heritage List. Bolinao is the northernmost town in the province, with many white sand beaches. Geography: barangays. Bolinao is politically subdivided into 30 barangays. Ernesto Balingase Binabalyan, Escabuya Katude Katungi Concordia Kulong Dui, Esistanza Germinal Gayoden, Esalog Molino Lams Lawulawa Lucero, Es Lasiente 1.0 Lasiente 2.0 Luna Patar Pilar, Es Salud, Es Samang Norte Samang Sur Sampaloc San Roque Terra Tupa Victory, Es Saragossa.
Folk etymology attributes the name Bolinao, or this remote fishing enclave, from the fish piece Monamon, but commonly called Bolinao by the Tagalogs, Bicolanos, and the Visayas. Achuri also points out that once upon a time, Pamulinawen trees grew luxuriantly along its shores. Thus, the Ilocano migrants who crossed the Lingayen Gulf named it phonetically similar to the name of the tree. Nowadays, however, such tree does not exist anymore. Unofficial records narrate the story of an Italian missionary named Blessed Odoric of Perdedone, who said the first Mass in Bolinao Bay, baptizing several locals while he was on his way to China. He took refuge on what is known as Bolinao during a storm in 1324. 2 centuries later, an account narrates that the arrival of Juan Salcedo and his crew reached Bolinao and chanced up a Chinese sampan who captured a native chieftain. Salcedo and his men liberated the natives, and then, latter, immediately pledged a vassalage to the King of Spain. According to the oral history, the town of Bolinao used to be a small settlement in what is now Barrio Binabalian in Santiago Island. Then, having a population of just over 100 families, it is said that Captain Pedro Lumbing founded the town of Bolinao in 1575. A decade later, Dominican friar Esteban Marin became the first Spanish missionary evangelized the people of Bolinao. For 2 years, he worked in Bolinao before he was assigned as a prior in Batac, Ilocos Norte. The Dominicans ended their service in 1607 to be replaced by the Augustinian Recollects headed by Father Jeronimo de Cristo and Dr. Andres del Espiritu Santo. At this time, the old town of Bolinao was still located along the coast of Pangasinan. Due to pirate attacks, the town was transferred to the mainland in 1609. This town formerly included neighboring town of Anda, but Anda became an independent municipality on May 26, 1842. First Mass on November 18, 2007, Bolinao challenged the belief that the first Mass in the Philippines was held on March 31, 1521, Easter Sunday, at Limasawa in southern Leyte. Memorial markers donated by Italian priest Luigi Malamoco, 62, from Odorico's hometown of Friuli, Italy, were set in the town's church and on Santiago Island, claiming that in 1324, Franciscan missionary led by the Italian priest named Odorico celebrated a Thanksgiving Mass, treated and also baptized natives in Bolinao. During World War II, the Japanese Imperial forces were landed and occupied the town and municipality of Bolinao in December 1941 and established of the military garrison of the Imperial Japanese Armed Forces. The joint military forces of the United States, Australian, and Philippine Commonwealth troops, including the local resistance fighters, liberated the town municipality in January 1945 due to retake in Luzon and aftermath in World War II. The word Bolinao is a term used for the name of the town, the people, and the language. The Bolinao people generally speak Pangasinan, Ilocano, Tagalog, and their own unique native language called Bolinao, which is also used in nearby town, Anda, former barangay of the Bolinao town. Bolinao language is closely related to Sambalic. Bolinao was part of the province of Zambales from mid-18th and was turned over to Pangasinan in 1903. Most people generally understand and speak English because of the annual visits of local and foreign tourists in different bodies of water in the town, including the beaches, falls, caves, rivers, and other protected sanctuaries which are prohibited areas for tourists. What is Bolinao known for? About Bolinao, the town is geographically located in the westernmost tip of Pangasinan. Bolinao is popular for its white sand beaches, rock formations, and the Cape Bolinao Lighthouse. It is also believed that the first Catholic Mass was celebrated in Bolinao by Blessed Father Odorico of Pordenone, Italy in 1324. Now, let's talk about who is the explorer of Bolinao. Bolinao Odoric of Pordenone, an Italian and Franciscan friar and missionary explorer, is heartily believed by many Pangasinenses to have celebrated the first Mass in Pangasinan in around 1324 that would have predated the Mass held in 1529 by Ferdinand Magellan. Balaleng, why you should visit Bolinao? The answer is, Bolinao has the premier beaches to offer, affordable tours and accommodations, even delicious food. As for interesting places to visit, there are also plenty of them, from having one of the clearest rivers in the Philippines, to a number of beautiful falls, and to even having a century-old church and lighthouse. Now, let's talk about who discovered Bolinao Skull. The Bolinao Skull was discovered during an excavation led by archaeologists from the National Museum of the Philippines. Its most distinct feature, the dental decoration made of gold. Historians have no exact record the date Bolinao was created. It was presumed that the town was created by virtue of royal decree of Spain. Record shows that it was year 1575 when Spanish captain Pedro Lumbi founded the first settlements with more or less 100 settlers. The Municipal Council of Bolinao, by virtue of its resolution number 104, dated September 19, 1988, adopted July 25, 1575 as the foundation day of Bolinao in honor of the patron saints of the town, Saint James the Great. There are three versions where the name Bolinao came from. The name of the town could have been derived from the Pamolinawen tree, which grew abundant along the beaches. The second story claims that the name of the municipality came from the fish species Monamon, commonly called Bolinao, by the Tagalogs, Bicolanos, and Visayas. The third one is associated with the couple Bulido and Anao. The combination of names created name Bolinao, which is the name of the town. Major sources of income and livelihood of the Bolinaons, which is farming, fishing, as a major supplier of bangus to Navotas and Malabon small scale, and cottage industry, salt making, rope making, shellcraft, bagoong making, burimat weaving, dried fish making, charcoal making, bamboo and wood crafts. historical sites and tourist attractions are found in Bolinao. For example, Enchanted Cave, Bolinao Museum, Cape Bolinao Lighthouse, UPMSI or Marine Laboratory, Pacific Farms Incorporated. Another one is Bolinao Falls, Tara Falls, Balingasay River, Patar Beach, St. Clair Monastery, St. James the Fortress, Paris, which is on 1609. Now, nakarating na po tayo sa ating resort. Shout out kay Atet at Joanne. Duclusan Aiko Beach Resort.
A resort is a self-contained commercial establishment that tries to provide most of a vacationer's wants, such as food, drink, lodging, sports, entertainment, and shopping, on the premises. The term resort may be used for a hotel property that provides an array of amenities, typically including entertainment and recreational activities.
Duclusan Aiko Beach Resort is one of the most affordable and value-for-money accommodations and dining experience. It is 20 minutes away from Bolinao town proper, 3 minutes away from Cape of Bolinao Lighthouse, and 6 minutes away from the famous Patar Beach.
The Cape Bolinao Lighthouse is a historic lighthouse in Bolinao, Pangasinan, Philippines. A beach is a landform alongside a body of water which consists of loose particles. The particles composing a beach are typically made from rock, such as sand, gravel, shingle, pebbles, etc., or biological sources, such as mollusk shells or coral and algae. Sediments settle in different densities and structures, depending on the local wave action and weather, creating different textures, colors and gradients or layers of material.
Shout out rin kay paring Jeff Labio. Salamat sa pag-host and entertaining my guests. Thank you, pare. Now, after nating magpakalasing sa dagat, it's time to go to Bolinao Falls.
Yahoo! Bolinao Falls is located in Bolinao. A waterfall is a point in a river or stream where water flows over a vertical drop or a series of steep drops. Waterfalls also occur where meltwater drops over the edge of a tabular iceberg or ice shelf. Waterfalls can be formed in several ways, but the most common and popularly accepted method of formation is that a river courses over a top layer of resistant bedrock before falling onto softer rock, which erodes faster, leading to an increasingly high fall.
Balileng, how do you feel right now?
Beautiful. Pretty is usually defined as pleasing or attractive to the eye. I think about all kinds of things. I like to imagine myself a bit like an aurora borealis, a surge of charged multicolored photons dancing through the atmosphere.
Balileng, the way you talk, parang may AI.
Artificial intelligence is the ability of a computer program or a machine to think and learn. It is also a field of study which tries to make computers smart. They work on their own without being encoded with commands. John McCarthy came up with the name artificial intelligence since in 1955.
Balileng, ang ibig ko sabihin, antipati kang in love. AI. Okay, eto, shout out muna sa mga naliligo. The Baginos! Balileng, may nisisipat akong pretty, oh.
I missed something. Can you say it again?
Pretty.
I'm not sure. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Balileng, ano ang beautiful sa'yo?
Beautiful is usually defined as having beauty, possessing qualities that give great pleasure or satisfaction to see, hear, think about, etc., delighting the senses or mind. Beautiful is usually defined as the concept of beauty, usually preceded by the. Beautiful is usually defined as wonderful, fantastic.
Uy, look, may tatalon!
Cliff jumping is jumping off a cliff as a form of sport. When done without equipment, it may be also known as tombstoning. It forms part of the sport of coastal exploration or coasteering. When performed with a parachute, it is known as base jumping. The world record for cliff jumping is currently held by Lasso Schaller, with a jump of 58.8 meters.
Now, after natin mag-Bolinao Falls 1, tatalo na naman tayo sa Bolinao Falls 2, Yahoo! Which is masarap mag-swimming and safe for everybody. You know, everybody, people of the Philippines, I would like to present to you Leng.
Catwalk is usually defined as a narrow walkway, especially when high above the surrounding area, used to provide access or allow workers to stand or move, as over the stage in a theater, outside the roadway of a bridge, along the top of a railroad car, etc. A catwalk, in its most basic form, is any narrow platform on which people may walk.
Once again mga Katuyot, I would like you to meet the Joy, Leng, and Utol Bradley.
In human society, family is a group of people related either by consanguinity or affinity. The purpose of families is to maintain the well-being of its members and of society. Ideally, families would offer predictability, structure, and safety as members mature and participate in the community.
Baleleng, anong magandang background music kaya dito?
Daniel Bedingfield sang In If You're Not the One.
Ay di pwede yan Baleleng, maka-copyright claim tayo. Ayan mga Katuyot, pakilala ko ulit sa inyo si Leng, kapatid ng pinsan ng kapitbahay ni Marites na inaanak ni Mariposa na auntie ni Maribel na kapatid ni Maricel na ninang na ni Marikit na ka-textmate ni Marisol na suki ni Marife na inutangan ni Mariela na kaibigan ni Marina na pinsan ni Maricor na taga-saing ni Marisol na asawa ng jowa ni Mariposa na inagaw ng asawa ni Marina na kabit na ni Maris na inaanak ni Marina basta kamag-anak ni Baleleng.
Alexa Castillo is a woman with charm as a lady with a twist.
Ay tama ka Baleleng, may twist nga utak nito.
I love you. Yahoo! Crazy is usually defined as insane, an unpredictable, non-conforming person, intensely enthusiastic, passionately excited, senseless, impractical, totally unsound, very enamored or infatuated, usually followed by about, intensely anxious or eager, impatient, unusual, bizarre, singular, infirm, or sickly, having an unusual, unexpected, or random quality, behavior, likely to break or fall to pieces, wonderful, excellent, perfect.
Sinabi mo na lahat Baleleng, sama mo na rin kaya ang marupok. Ito si Leng, nasa self-love period pa ata ito eh.
Broken-hearted is an adjective usually defined as of a person that has a broken heart.
Uy, sabi ko self-love, not broken-hearted.
I'm sorry. Self-love, defined as love of self or regard for one's own happiness or advantage, has been conceptualized both as a basic human necessity and as a moral flaw, akin to vanity and selfishness, synonymous with amor propre, conceitedness, egotism, narcissism.
O tama na yan Baleleng, baka iiyak pa yun. Peace tayo! Ang binabalik-balikan, ang hinahanap-hanap, at ang nag-iisang paboritong inasal. Chong's Chicken Inasal, Kapas Tarlac Branch. Amoy pa lang, matatakam ka na. Mapapa-exercise ka talaga. Hindi lang sa sobrang sarap, kundi sa laki din ng mga manok! Wait lang mga Katuyot, wait lang. Hanapin natin si Chang. Chong, saan si Chang?
Baka akala nyo
Tupig, also known as intemtem or kangkanen, is a Filipino rice cake originating from northwestern Luzon, particularly the regions of Pangasinan, Tarlac, and Ilocos. It is made from ground slightly fermented soup, glutinous rice or galapong, mixed with coconut milk, muscovado sugar, and young coconut strips. It is wrapped into a cylindrical form in banana leaves and baked directly on charcoal. With frequent turning, the name tupig means flattened. In reference of its shape after cooking, it is popularly sold as street food in Pangasinan. Ayan mga Katuyot, hanggang sa muli, abangan ang mga susunod na biyahe. Salamat!